Statewide election garnering national interest as incumbent Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton eyes his third term. KXAN's Avery explains why this race could be the Democratic Party's best chance at unseating a Republican in the statewide office for the first time, Avery, in nearly 30 years.
From his criminal indictment over securities fraud that's been pending for 7 years to several former employees accusing him of bribery and abuse of office just last year, to a recent investigation by the State Bar Association over potential professional misconduct. These mounting scandals surrounding current Attorney General Ken Paxton's office could have an impact on this election. But his opponent, Rochelle Garza, believes it's actually how voters feel about some hot-button national issues that will be the deciding factors in this race. It's been a momentous week for Rochelle Garza, with the start of early voting.
I'm in this fight for her and for her future.
And her daughter turning 7 months old.
And that includes the rights over her own body.
Abortion access is central to Garza's campaign as the Democratic candidate vying to unseat the current Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. The two faced off on the issue 5 years ago when Garza represented a detained immigrant teenager seeking an abortion. At the time, Paxton chimed in on the federal case, saying Texas must not become a sanctuary state for abortion. He has also critiqued Garza for being lax on immigration. He, on the other hand, has faced backlash for suing over the 2020 election results. That marks just one of the dozens of lawsuits Paxton has filed on behalf of the state.
Fighting the Biden administration, trying to get them to enforce federal law.
Wasting taxpayer dollars. I'm going to take a hard look at all of those outstanding cases.
KXAN asked Paxton's team for an interview several times, but never heard back. We do know just last week he sued Google for allegedly using people's biometric data without their permission. And earlier this month, he announced a new program targeting opioid abuse.
This will be the largest drug prevention, education, abatement, and disposal campaign in U.S. history. That's certainly our hope.
But Garza claims her opponent has dropped the ball on protecting Texans.
Has neglected child support, has neglected consumer protections. There's been no accountability for what happened with the power grid failure, and that is truly the incumbent's failure.
Recent polls show Paxton ahead in this race right now. A poll released Monday by Emerson College and The Hill showed the incumbent with a 5-point lead over Garza. That's close, considering that campaign finance records show Paxton outspending Garza nearly 2-to-1.
All right, Avery, thanks so much. And you mentioned the legal issues facing Paxton, but do voters really know about the scandals surrounding him and his office?
Yeah, we recently spoke with the head of the Texas Politics Project, who asked voters that very question. Its poll shows only 20% of responding voters had heard a lot about the legal troubles facing him and his office. 37% said they had heard some, but 16% said they had not heard about it at all.
All right, Avery, thank you so much for that insight. If you have your phone in your hand, you can scan this QR code on your screen, and this will take you to the newly redesigned elections page at KXAN.com. That's where you will find all of our in-depth coverage on local races, propositions, as well as bond measures. It's also where you can really dig deep on the candidates and find out where to vote.